When I think of New York, I think back to when we were making our first record and the kind of, I guess, experiences we had. The first time we played New York City, we opened for Lit at Irving Plaza, and I was still in high school at the time. I remember we got offered 3 shows to open for Lit at DC at the 930 Club, Philly at the TLA, and Irving Plaza in New York City. So each of those shows, I had to wake up, go to school, got out of school early. The guys picked me up in the van. We drove, played 930 Club, came home, woke up, went to school, did the whole thing again in Philly, and then I think Irving Plaza was on a Friday, so we got to go into the city, play the show, and I think we head back the next day. But for me, I mean, being a kid in high school and getting out of school to go open for Lit in New York City was pretty mind-blowing, and a lot of things were starting to happen around then. The band was getting a lot of attention. We went up to New York and played that show, and a whole bunch of labels came out to check out the band in hopes that we would get signed. But yeah, so that's cool for me when I think about New York, just going there at such a young age and just being fascinated by it. And we had like an apartment out there that we all shared together, and I remember the record label put us out sort of in like the Wall Street business area district of New York, because they didn't want us to be around the cool stuff, because they figured we'd just stay out all night, and because we were young kids excited about being in New York, and they wanted us to stay focused on the record. But the crappy thing was we had to take like a super long train ride or like subway ride into the city, in and out every day, so got really used to using the subway system from that. But yeah, you know, we were kids in New York City with our own apartment making a record, and it was an exciting time. So I think about that, New York, just being so green and naive and having no idea that I'd be seeing the whole world 10 years later. I just couldn't believe that I had seen LA and New York already. So yeah, it's, you know, New York's a special place. I remember when we first went to New York, like the shopping was so exciting, going to St. Mark's. So many cool shops down there where you could get band t-shirts and cheap sunglasses and necklaces and rings and just all kinds of little market shops out on the street, and St. Mark's comics on the street. I love St. Mark's comics. I think I'll make a trip in there every time I go to New York. Just a small little comic shop, but they have everything there, and everybody who works there is so knowledgeable about comics. It's nice to just go in and spend some time in there. So, and for me, like when we went shopping as a kid, you went to the mall. Like, if they didn't have it at the mall, you didn't get it. So St. Mark's Street was just so crazy to us. So I know we spent a lot of time there, and still I think as I grow older, I'm not like as into going to St. Mark's, but something nostalgic about just going there, and like it feels like New York when I get there. So yeah, I like that area. I think the special thing with our fans in New York is we've been going there since day one, since we were a Maryland band. After that Lit show, as things happened, we kept going back to play more and more gigs in New York, and we built quite a fan base there pretty quick. And I know there's still faces that I recognize when we just played Irving Plaza that I saw back from, you know, old shows. And I think every time we play New York is great. I can't think of one show that we've had bad there. But yeah, so we have really good fans in New York, and they know that, and that's why they keep coming out 10 years later, and hopefully bringing their friends, because I know there's a lot of new faces. But yeah, you know, so thanks to the New York fans.